Well, good morning. If you want to see how we built this oak mobile kitchen island with two 100% pull-out drawers, adjustable shelves with solid oak doors, wheels, butcher block top, stay tuned because that's what we're going to do today. It looks like I'm assembling the case, but I'm really not. I just have it mocked up here to keep all my rabbits and dados straight. Welcome to another Memphis Monday 171. Today we're going to be building a mobile kitchen island. A few months ago, last spring, we built a kitchen island. Well, this is going to be different design, and it's even going to be mobile. We're going to put it on wheels. You already saw that long introduction, so I'm already working on the case and all that. I think we'll skip through the case building and get right down to the interesting stuff. But we're not going to get any of that interesting stuff unless we do what? That's right, we've got to knock off the chit-chat and get to work. I have two cabinets with movable shelves on the inside, and I'm going to install this track we've used before. So this is a 5/8 inch dado, spaced down about 1/4 of an inch so that this track sits flush. Here's the line we're going to be using to line up our dado. Let me show you how it works. Okay, there's the line for our drop side right there. So I'll bring the piece over and line that line up on the wood, right on that line, and then drop my piece down, and then I can run it through, and my dado will be starting exactly the right place. Now this is the through side. I'll be starting it this way instead of dropping it, and I'll push it through till my line on the board matches the line over here. Well, what I'm doing here is putting on the trim. But it's going to have the thing I'm putting that trim on because I want to put the wheels and this skirt on up first before I do anything else, so I can roll it around on the workbench. What I'm working on now, I got the front trim on because I'm putting these splayed angled feet on this thing. First thing to do is you cut your stock with the angles going in the same direction. See how that's going that way and that's going that way. Here's a close-up of what the stock will look like on the saw. Okay, what I'm doing here is very carefully measuring where I want my cut. And there's the mark I just took. And this tape right here is where my blade comes through. That's what that tape is all about. Okay, now I have to put this little cutout detail in there, and that'll look stupid if they're not all the same. Okay, to get them all the same, I just use a block of wood that I've chosen as the width of the legs. It goes in there like that. As you can see, making these legs has a lot of steps. Now I got to smooth it out some before I put it through the router. And then the next step is to attach it using pocket screws. Getting those splayed angle legs on there was really all about getting the wheels on. And now I've got the wheels on, and I moved the my low workstation to the center of the shop, and I moved the table saw against the east wall. Now we're going to flip this thing over on the wheels. That doesn't seem real heavy. It's going to be a piece of cake. So now the whole project will move on its wheels, and the whole workbench will move around to wherever I need it. I didn't round this trim over on the router because it's all different sizes and everything. I'm just going to ease the edges with a sander. Well, we have a lot to do here, but I think what I'm concentrating on now are the doors, these big doors. These are 24 inches square. There are going to be 2 of them, and I'm going to try to make them out of solid oak. Let me show you how I'm doing that. Here's my glue up for the one of the doors. I'm going to, the glue isn't completely set yet, but I don't want it to be because I've got to take these braces here off. If we can get them off. That's not bad. Well, apparently got lucky. I'll go ahead and sand these boards and get them all ready, and then I'll show you how I'm going to reinforce them. Okay, my plan is to back these 24 by 24 square solid wood doors up with these braces on the inside. My braces will be oak, and I'm screwing. I got this screw real loose in here so that when the wood expands, you know, something won't give. That's the theory. Well, there's our doors. They set nice and flush against the frame. I think those braces are gonna, they were already flat, but I think the braces back there will keep them from changing over time. We're gonna get right on these drawers, but first I gotta get this, this is the glue up for the butcher block top. I'll take this glue up apart and get this thing out of the way so I can use this table so we can cut the parts for our drawers. Here's the glue up. Remember, these pipe clamps are different heights above the deck. So you got to keep the blue ones together and the red ones together. So I put the blue ones down the bottom to form the base for the glue up, and then I use the red ones across the top, keep it from cupping. But this is not going to cup very much anyway, because the boards are 1.5 inches thick. What I'm doing here is cutting the dados to receive the drawer bottoms. Then that little groove or dado we just made will receive this 3/16 inch stock that we're going to make drawer bottoms out of. Dado only goes around 3 sides of the box. The back of the box here the dado gets cut off. Here's that back piece we cut down. See, it's down low enough where the bottom will rest right on it. If I do it right. Now the measurements you really got to get right on this bottom here is the distance from the inside of these dados from one side to the other. And if I measure this exactly, it's 21 7/16. And here I can check, see if I got the measurement right. And I did. Okay, so now I don't even have to take a measurement. I just reach under there with my pencil and mark this plywood. Now it's just a question of sliding my plywood into the boxes. And once the plywood's in, then I take my staple gun and go right along that edge right there and put some staples in. We may be getting into some excitement here. You know, you can make these drawers maybe 1/8 of an inch too narrow and you can work around it. But if they're too wide, that's harder to fix. Okay, here's the acid test, see if this thing fits. It's perfect. I'm staining the project because I need to take it off the bench to continue working on it, and it's a lot easier to stain it while it's up on the bench. While I still have the project up on the tall bench there, before I put it on the ground, I'm going to go ahead and make the shelves. Each one of the shelves are going to have one of these little bands. I put a dado in here, and I'm going to just glue them on. I don't think I'm going to put any brads in there. Here's that shelf storage system. We're running one shelf and we want to put another one in. Just take out the shelf, and back in the back, it looks like the back of the case, but it isn't. It's another shelf. leaned up in there. Well, here's what we got so far. We got those doors over there to put on it. But I've talked my friend into putting polyurethane on this instead of butcher block oil. And instead of using this as a butcher block, I told her I'd make her an end grain cutting board. So I think I'm going to glue that up now while this stain is drying. I got an early start this morning. I didn't like the color of that butcher block top. I thought it was a little light, so I darkened it up a little bit. And this is the first glue up of our cutting boards. I think it's long enough. We may be able to make a big cutting board here and a smaller little cheese board over here. So I think we may have two. What I got to do now is get on a table saw and cut the ends off, and then I'll put it through the thickness planer. So right now our cutting board is edge grain up. What we're going to do now is we're going to prepare this surface here with the thickness planer, make it nice and smooth. Okay, here's our stock, what we just prepared now. This is going to be the gluing surface that we just flattened out. Now I'm going to take it over to the table saw and cut it into 1.5 inch strips this way. And then I'll flip all of them up where the end grain is up and re-glue it. Let's see how big this thing is when we put all the chunks up. So this shortens it a little bit. Well, it shortens it by about 1/3. Here's our glue up for the cutting board, 2 inches thick. It's about 13 inches wide and about 21 inches long. What I got here is I got the cabinet set on its back, so I can lay these doors right down in the perfect position without clamps or anything like that. Piece of cake. Well, here's our nice little mobile kitchen island. Got a butcher block end grain top, 1.5 inches thick. Got these 100% slide out drawers. Removable shelves with an extra shelf in each one. But now I got to finish this cutting board. Just a few weeks ago we made some cutting boards, so I won't get into the details. I'll just show you what it looks like when it's finished, because we're flat out of time. There's a cutting board. I don't think the glue is totally dry. I hope this doesn't do something. This is butcher block oil I'm putting on here now. Well, here's a cutting board. I think it turned out really well. My only concern is I put the butcher block oil on before the glue, you know, had set for a couple of days. I don't know if that was a good idea or not. Well, that'll do it for another Memphis Monday 171. Building the mobile kitchen island. It's oak with a butcher block top. 4 removable drawers. We threw in as an extra bonus a end grain cutting board. Got 100% pull-out drawers, and it's really it should have been a 2-part episode, I suppose. But I think we crammed it all into one episode. It might be a couple of minutes too long, but I hope you stuck around till the end. Well, I can't think of anything else. Yep, I remember. Make sure you're back here next week for another exciting Memphis Monday. Thanks for playing along.